friends. Weekends are a time when everyone at home craves to eat something delicious and different. And to start the weekend on a yummy note, I plan to make French toast with toffee banana sauce. And I'm sure you will definitely enjoy this. Let's begin the recipe by cracking 2 large eggs. And I'm just going to whisk them, just beat them up by using a fork or a whisk. Adding a little bit of vanilla extract while beating the egg. And immediately after that, I'm going to add some milk. Again, you can use chilled milk for this. This is a fairly simple recipe, and I think 2 to 3 ingredients what I'm going to use today. These are the 3 major ingredients what I have used. I'm adding a little bit of honey also. If you want to avoid that, you can always, if you want to add a little bit of sugar, you can add that as well. But just for a little bit of sweetening or sweetness, I'm just adding a little honey and some cinnamon powder to finish the mix. Just mix everything nicely together and keep it aside. So while the eggs and the milk mixture is resting on the side, I will start by making the toffee banana sauce, for which I'm using about 80 grams of sugar and the equal quantity of butter. So 80 grams of sugar and 80 grams of butter. As you can see, the pan is not too hot because I don't want the sugar to burn. But they should cook very slowly on a low heat. The sugar should start melting and along with the butter. And we will wait for the sugar to get a little bit of caramel color to it. Basically, we are cooking a caramel sauce. You can call it a salted caramel also. As you can see, the sugar has turned nice and brown and the butter has also melted. I'm adding a pinch of salt. At this stage, what we are going to do, we will start adding the fresh cream slowly. Make sure you don't give it a shock because your cream is cold or in a room temperature and the sugar and the butter is very hot. So what happens when you add anything cold to melted sugar, the sugar tends to crystallize. I'm adding the bananas. You can add some caramelized apples or any other fruit. You can add strawberries to it, or you can just have it as a salted caramel sauce as well. You know, since today I'm using the bananas, that the demand was from the people at home, so we are doing the toffee banana sauce, and it's lovely to have it with French toast. So it's done. We'll cook the banana for some time. You can grill the banana also. We can saute them separately in the butter and then add it to the sauce also. So we are almost done. We'll just remove the toffee sauce on the side and let it rest. Next, we will heat a pan. You can use a non-stick pan or a cast iron, whatever you have at home. Make sure they are very hot. Add some butter. And we'll start putting the breads. So here I'm using some sliced bread. The best is a bread loaf, you know, cut it very thick, a thick wedge kind of. So it's always good to have thick French toast. So I would prefer a bread loaf to go for a French toast. I'm just dipping them into the eggs and milk mixture. And as you can see, I'm not letting them into the bath for a long time. I'm just dipping them and taking it out. Depending on the size of the bread, if you're using a thick loaf, you can leave it there for, you know, maybe a minute or so. So they absorb the mixture nicely. But since I'm using sliced breads here, I don't want them to, you know, break apart right there. So it's basically dipping them and putting back into the pan directly. And let me flip and see how it is. Yeah, look at the color. That's a lovely color for a French toast, and that's exactly what we are looking for. So the breads are cooked and they're nice and hot. So I'm just going to serve them very quickly. On a plate, I'm just placing them. And you also make sure your caramel sauce is also very hot. I have some whipped cream at home, so just serving that along. You can just use any other sauce. So my caramel toffee sauce is also ready. I'm just going to serve the bananas and the sauce, drizzle it around. You can preserve the toffee sauce, for future use. You can drizzle it on some fruits or ice cream or any other desserts. They can easily stay in the refrigerator for months. So once you're making, you try and make a big batch, maybe, for your future use. So as you can see, I'm pouring the sauce over the breads. The bread is hot, the caramel sauce is hot, and you have a slight cold whipped cream on the side. You can just throw in some fruits if you have. I'm just throwing in some choco chips for the kids. You can add some berries, any other fruits. And to finish with, I'll add sprinkle some cinnamon powder. The French toast with toffee banana sauce is ready. Do try this at your home as well. I'm sure everyone will love it. Enjoy and stay safe.